Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Advanced Squad Leader. We're using the Yanks module and we're playing ASL Scenario 181, Gavin Take. This is going to be turn 3. Zoom in here, you can see the turn 3 of 6 is where we're at. And this is the board. So I've got couple of platoons over here. I got this oversized platoon here. Okay, and the Germans are all concentrated here. The objective is the Americans need to get a leader and a squad off of this to win. And if the Germans exit anybody here, they got to increase their amount. Okay, so we'll start with the rally phase. This is the American part of the turn. The Americans don't have anybody to rally, but we do need to roll for wind change. So let's do that. And the die roll is 4. No wind change. Okay. Alright. So we do have the Germans have a rally here. Zoom in on this one. Under this machine gun, they have a broken squad and they have a leader that's a -1, so they need a 7 and -1 to the die roll. And the die roll is 7. -1's a 6. So they do rally, finally, this squad. That's good news for the Germans, I can tell you that. Because they're wanting to... They need to make some moves here. And they're trying to get got a plan for them to see if we can make it difficult here on the Americans. Okay, prep fire. The Americans have no prep fire to do. Everybody's still out of line of sights here, so we go to movement phase. Okay, I think I'll start over here. Zoom in here a little bit so you can at least see the counters, what we're doing. So this leader here, I got to get these guys, I want to get these guys out of this building and tie these guys up. I'm going to have some fire to do there, so I think this squad will move 2 and 4 because they're going up the incline. And from center to center, those trees are going to block this, so nobody has line of sight. So we're getting where we're going to have some firepower coming. And I got this leader's coming. They're going up the hill. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they're behind the woods on the hill. Okay. Now we'll go to this group. I got a little scattered here and I should have made some adjustments, but we're going to move these guys. They're going to go, I'm just going to, they'll probably go, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. I can get them to there, or I can double time them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't matter, they can go down the road. And I think I will double time these guys. All of them together, so they'll get a movement of 5. 1, 2, they're going to come up the hill, 3, 4, and 5, and they are double timed. So we put a, find it there, there it is. This is the counter exhausted because they were double timing, and this leader, he's going to catch up to him now. So what we want to do is get down around here. We're trying to get here. The Germans are going to, and then I got to decide what to do here. I got this squad. I could make him a base of fire, give him some ability to fire. I could put him in this building, leaving him behind by himself, and have him cover. He could cover this road if I do that. So if the Germans cross, you know, without laying down any fire on him. And I think that's what I'm going to do with him. Let's see. Of course, once he gets in the wood building, he'd be 1, 2, 3. Wouldn't have enough to move into there. So it's not going to help me on this turn. If I move up here, it's 2, 4. I get him up on the hill. I get him over here. He might be able to lay some fire on these guys. And let's see, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with him. 2 and 4. The question is, that wall's going to block him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He probably has line of sight right there to that guy. So he could probably pick him up. He's going right down there, so the wall and the hedge, but he's going up on the elevation. Okay, let me zoom out. So I'm looking at this German right here. He's firing. He's going to do defensive fire. So he gets first fire right there. This guy's part of this guy's move. And 2. He's going right down that spline, but he's firing up, so he's firing over these 5, 6. So I don't think they'll block any line of sight, and he would have firepower 4, and that machine gun's 5. That would be 9. His range is 7. I'm sorry, his range is 6. 4, 5, 6. So he's in range, so that would give him firepower of 9. That would not be first fire there, it'd be first fire here. Firepower 9 would drop down to 8, so they're going to do that. And he is non-assault move, that's going to be -1. He's in the open, -1. So it's -2 to this die roll. And they have a leader. So it's actually a -3. Ooh. Good roll. 7. It's going to make that a 4 on 8. He's got to do a 2 morale check. Okay, so their morale is 7. We're going to add 2 to the die roll. 8. They broke him. Okay, so he broke. Right there. He gets a DM. And they were at 8. They're going to get residual fire there. And their residual fire would be... how much? 8 would be 4. So let's see if I can find me a residual fire of 4 here. Marker, there it is. There is residual fire there, and those guys broke, and they're under desperation morale. Okay. Okay. That's it for my movement phase. And we're going to go into the defensive fire phase. Okay, so these guys are going to do subsequent fire on this broken unit. And there are 4, and the machine gun has to do sustained fire, so that makes him a 2.5. That makes him a 6.5. -1 to the die roll, so he's going to be on a table 6. -1. Sustained fire, his breakdown number drops to 2, so a 10 will cause a breakdown. 3. -1's a 2. Woohoo! Boy, that's going to be bad. 3 KIA. 3 KIA. I got to look that up because that's the first time I've actually scored that number. Let me check that. Okay, so that means 3 units and already broken, so they would take casualty reduction, and I do believe they would take 3 of them. Well, 2 of them would eliminate that unit. So they got eliminated. And take the residual off. Take that off the board, and their first fire becomes final fire. So they're fired. Okay. Alright, that brings us to any other defensive fire. He can't fire. That tree blocks his line of sight. They can't see these guys. They're behind the trees on the hills. They can't see him. He's behind the hill. So no other defensive fire. So we can take the defensive fire off of there now. The final fire marker. We have advancing. We have the advancing fire phase. I don't have any. Route phase, well, there isn't any. And then advanced phase. So these guys can advance if they want, but I don't want them to. I want them to stay right where they're at, because when I get in there, I'm going to assault in there. So I'm going to keep them hid right now. Okay, that takes us to close combat phase. We don't have any. End of this turn. Flip this over up here. So our turn now is on the German. Turn 3. And we're going to have any kind of rally phase. The Germans don't have anybody to rally. Prep fire. Again, no, they still can't see anybody. And so movement phase. Now the Germans are going to try to get into this building. They want to seal off this road right now. They kind of got this access covered. They've got this one covered, and now they want to get it covered here and put up a blocking point for this anybody coming this way. So I'm going to send this. So I have 2 squads. I have a 3 squad there and a leader. I can really pack this in right here. So these guys are going to move. They're going to go 1. They got to cross the hedge, which should be movement factor of 2, I do believe. I'm checking it real quick. 1 and across the terrain, right? So let's see, they could go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where they're going. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 2 squads and a machine gun. These guys can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could catch up to them. So that would give me 3 squads and the leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now 6. So we got 3 squads, stacking limits. I remember from my mess up back here when I first started the game. So that's their movement phase. I don't have any defensive fire. I suppose, you know what, these guys could have fired 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. You know, they would clear that right there. I should have declared that before. But I can do defensive fire. I won't get the penalty for them moving. Yep, I should. But you know what? That's part of playing by yourself. You gotta be aware. So he's elevated, so he sees over the trees. So range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. which is long range. I have firepower of 21. Halved is 10.5. So that's going to drop them to an 8. So they can fire there. They have a 0 bonus there, and this is open terrain, so there's no modifier. So this is defensive fire. So that's going to be his final fire. He's going to open up. And again, here I am making all this count and all this stuff. So I got this. Sorry about that. I really do apologize. I get playing the game and forget to move the camera, and I know that irritates some people, but try to catch it back up. So I have these guys right here. There's 3 squads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're firing. They're already committed. And if you go center, maybe not. Wow, I'm gonna have to move that. If I go center to center, I don't think they can do it. It intersects the corner of that tree, so they could not see them. They still get marked final fire because I committed to them. There's no machine gun, so I don't have to worry about any breakdowns, so nothing's going to happen there. So there really was no defensive fire. Okay. No advancing fire phase, so they're not going to fire back. Route phase, none. Advance phase, you're going to advance into the building. So they got where they wanted to be. That was a great move by the Germans there. And I think I'll leave him back there for now, just because I may need to, in case anybody breaks. I don't want to get too dangerous here just yet. Okay. There is no close combat. Okay. So, back this up. That's the end of turn 3. Go to turn 4. Flip this back over to the US side. Put it on turn 4. Right there. They're not exhausted anymore. Whoops. Of course I knock all that over. That's where they're at. I'll take this off. Alright. Take the final fire off. Down here. Okay, so now it's going to start getting interesting, turn 4, because now we're going to start getting into fire. So everything right now has been a bunch of movement, right? Positioning. The Germans, they realize that they're getting flanked. They've made some moves here. I probably could have brought them up some more firepower right here to help them. I probably should have, but again, not always thinking, you know, you're thinking of one thing, thinking of another. So anyway, this is where we're at. So I'm going to leave it off here, and then we'll pick up turn number 4 a little later, and we'll see how this is working. I got basically 3 turns left to break through this and get off this board, come through here. Yeah, it's going to take a couple turns to get up here and conduct some fire with these guys. I'm trying to, hopefully I can break through some of this, maybe cause them some problems, and then get myself down here, put some fire down here maybe. So got a lot we're trying to do. Now we just got to see if we can execute, right? So yeah, got to get these guys, maybe knock them out of that building if I can. It's gonna be hard though. Alright, I think that's it for turn 3, and we'll come back for turn 4 later. And hopefully I did everything right, and hopefully it was mostly moving except for the one squad I screwed up and got them killed going up on that open ground on that hill. So, okay, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, or please give me the thumbs up. It helps the search engine for YouTube. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.